Everybody, this is Nicole, and I just want to get this out of the way. So if you would be so kind as to, if this particular video doesn't, float your boat or whatever, if you could, watch any of my other videos from beginning to end, that always helps. Subscribing, hit the notification button, give me a thumbs up, comments below always help. But this is going to be a quick update on what's been going on because I haven't posted anything in the last week or so, and so I just kind of want you guys to know what's going on. And then this is also a video I always like to point out self-care and the importance of thinking of yourself first. So if today is not a good day to watch this video, that's perfectly fine. You can skip it, come back to it. You're not going to hurt my feelings because I have many other videos that you can watch out there. So without that out of the way, I just wanted to let you know, I know that I haven't been posting anything over the last so many days. Part of that is because 3/4 of the house had been sick. I was really sick to the point where I had lost my voice. I was not sleeping well, and so I felt that it was more important for me, health-wise, to work on physically getting better than posting. And so today is the first day that I've actually felt well enough to do that. I mean, it had gotten to the point where I lost close to 10 to 11 pounds because I wasn't eating, because I had this nagging cough for about 2.5 weeks, and I finally went to the doctor because I'm like, I can't take this anymore, because I had tried over-the-counter medication and it just wasn't doing it. So I needed more direction on how to get rid of it, and if I needed something else, like antibiotics or something, or if something else was going on, that she could probably help me with that. Plus then my youngest got sick earlier in the week, and so I needed to take care of that as well. And then I don't know how it's been for those of you out there with the weather, but it got like so bitterly cold. Everything was hurting, and for me everything came to just a screeching halt. And then dealing with recovery with my hip surgery and me going to physical therapy was just too much. So I was like, okay, time out. You need to think about yourself first before deciding to put anything out there as far as videos go. So I'm glad that I did that. And that's the one thing that I wanted to say, is that I know that some of you are content creators, and there's always this like pressure to consistently post. And that's the thing that I always struggle with, is that balance of posting on a consistent basis and then also making sure that I am physically and mentally okay, and not putting any additional stress on myself, and making myself feel bad for not regularly posting because of this like invisible pressure and goal that I have out there. And I know that I've talked about that and my frustration with it, and so it's kind of like there's I've had this like tough balancing act for myself on what makes sense and what doesn't make sense, as far as as far as healthiness and all that stuff. And so I decided that because I was not feeling well, I mean, it was to the point where I was losing my voice as the day was going on. I was coughing and coughing and coughing. I wasn't sleeping well. I wasn't eating. I mean, I went from like approximately 110, where when I went to the doctor the other day, I weighed 99 pounds, and that is not healthy. So thankfully, she prescribed me some antibiotics, along with some, telling me to try these over-the-counter medications to counter the issues that I'm dealing with. And happily, that helped pretty much, within the next day or so, so that on like Valentine's Day, the four of us went out to eat. We went to our favorite noodle shop. It's called Devoted here, and it's in the back of the Asian market we have in town. And because they were serving like authentic, the closest you could get to authentic Hawaiian poke bowls here in Oklahoma. And so, I know the owner, and we go there so often that she knows what we want to order when she comes to our table. It's embarrassing and hilarious, but when I saw that they posted that they were going to be having spicy ahi poke bowls as the special for Valentine's Day, I showed it to my husband, and he's like, well, maybe that's where we need to go for dinner. So the thing is that it's a small little restaurant. They don't have many tables, but it's usually those hole-in-the-wall places that are the best places to eat, and it's the closest thing that, for us anyway, that comes to like authentic ramen and pho. So I mean, they have not a very extensive menu. I want to say that there's a dozen and a half items on their menu, and then they have periodic specials that they put for like on Thursdays or Fridays. And then, they are a family-owned business, so which is always great to support small businesses. I'm always a proponent of supporting small businesses, especially family-owned businesses. So so we did go, and because I felt well enough to go, and I finally got my appetite back, and I was like, because I have been also craving, I've been wanting to eat at Buffalo Wild Wings, but I didn't want to go there and spend all of this money eating out, because it's not cheap to eat there, when everything just tastes funny, when you don't feel well, everything just tastes funny. So when we did go to eat on Valentine's Day, I ate pho, and their pho is not, I mean, it's very good. It's the broth is what, for me anyway, that's how I judge what is or isn't good pho, is off of the taste of the pho. And so we had tried a couple of places here in town, and that's the place that has the best. And they have other kinds of ramen as well on their menu, along with egg rolls. And so anyhow, we went there, and I was so happy because the kids totally loved the poke bowls. And my husband was like, he said, really, really good. And my youngest, like, he's like, oh my God, it tastes so good. He's like, actually like had his eyes closed because it tasted so good. Because, it has to be sushi grade fish in order for you to eat poke, because the fish is raw. So, obviously food safety is super important, and that's what you have to have in order to have good poke. So yeah, they loved it. It was served with small fish eggs on top, and then some dried seaweed or nori on it, and green onions, and then the sriracha and mayo mixture. So I've been searching online for ways to see if I can get it ordered and, sent here, where I can get, sushi grade fish, and then I can just make it at home. So that's the thing. And I think I found some place. But anyhow, so yeah, I felt well enough that I didn't feel bad for us, going somewhere and spending the extra money, and, me sitting there, or ordering something and it just doesn't taste good. So in other words, I'm glad that I decided to put me first, and did not feel guilty about doing that, while I rested and recovered. While I'm not 100%, I would say, at 85%. And part of that is because I said, no, you need to put yourself first. So I always try to encourage people to put yourself first and not to feel guilty about that, especially for people who deal with chronic pain, chronic illnesses, mental health issues, because I deal with the same things, and it's always so hard to remember to put yourself first, or say it's okay if you can't do X, Y, or Z, or if maybe that getting out of bed might be more difficult today, or you can't make dinner today, or you can't change out of your PJs today. I mean, heck, yesterday I couldn't even put my contacts in because they felt so cruddy. But today got the contacts in because I'm not wearing my glasses. But I'm still in my PJs. It's cold today. It snowed last night, and it started off really decent in the 50s, and then of course, as the day went on, I mean, the wind picked up. The wind chill got it to the point where it was like in the 20s, and then later on in the evening to the night, it snowed. So while it's clear and sunny, it's still quite deceiving. It is cold. I can feel it in my bones. And so yeah, don't forget about yourself on a day-to-day basis. Even for those of you who are, happy and healthy, it's okay to say no. It's okay to say, I can't do this today, or to sit on the couch and, with, a bowl of ice cream or bag of chips, whatever floats your boat, and binge watching, whatever show you might like, or reading your favorite book for the 100th time, and just taking time out for yourself, because I think it's super important to be able to, step back and really take time for yourself, because it's healthy. Self-care is truly healthy. Now, and never to say to yourself or to anybody else who chooses to do that you're necessarily lazy, because everybody does contribute something, to their family, or to the home that they're in. And that's what I struggle with too, is just being disabled, this feeling that I don't contribute. And I freely admit that I struggle with that. And, I, have to remind myself, and, the kids remind me, and my husband reminds me that, even though I'm not working, I still do contribute something. The week before last, I actually went, I think close to 5 days of actually cooking dinner back to back to back, which sometimes can be really hard. It was really hard, but I did do it, and I pat myself on the back. And the thing was it was so nice to be able to eat home cooked meals, and that's the thing. It's always difficult to do that, and it's so frustrating because there are so many things that I want to be able to cook, and to enjoy with my family and see my family enjoy, because I love seeing those smiles on their faces, or seeing, hearing nothing at the table, but because everybody is enjoying the meal that I put on the table. And that, to me, that silence on the table, at the table, because everybody is just like, enjoying my food so much, makes my heart feel so full and warm inside, because I'm the one that made that for them. I put love into the food for them, and that's what makes the food taste so good. So I'm hoping, because I know that it's going to, so like today is super cold, and I know that over the next so many days, so like tomorrow is a holiday, so there's no school, and then Tuesday and Wednesday is going to get really cold, and we're expecting snow. Like, I don't know about a lot, but it's definitely going to be expecting snow, where school is already preparing to close, because last week it snowed, and then they closed because it got really, really bitterly cold, and because the roads were icy. So so yeah, I'm hoping that I'll be able to have the chance to go to the store, pick up some stuff so that I can make stuff at home, because that's something that I enjoy. And that's the other thing, is that self-care is whatever you make it. It's cooking 100 brownies or cookies or donuts or sandwiches or whatever it is, or like I said, reading your favorite book for the 50th time, or watching a movie that you enjoyed 5 years ago, but you've watched it 100 times, or taking a nap, or drawing, or like how I like to crochet or pour resin, stuff like that. It doesn't have to be what everybody says it should be, like doing masks, or a bubble bath, or whatever it is. Like, I don't like taking a bath, I like showers, or and while it's horrible for my skin, and my husband doesn't get it, I like taking scalding hot showers, as like hot as I can take it. That is one of my favorite things to do. It's terrible for my skin, absolutely horrendous, especially in this kind of weather. But that's something that, it relaxes me. It takes me away from the stresses that's going on in my head, and then it takes away the anxiety and all of that stuff, and and the other thing too is, take your small wins. Like, for me, it's the ability to cook dinner for 4 or 5 days in a row. That's a win, even though it might seem small to some people. That's a win for me. Or clearing off the kitchen counter. I cleared off the kitchen counter slash bar that we have in the house a couple of weeks ago. That's a win. If that was a win for you, fantastic. Pat yourself on the back for the small wins, because if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it for you. So tell yourself you did a good job when you're able to do whatever it is that you might find challenging, or that you've been meaning to do. If you manage to get it done, and you put it off and procrastinate. I am the queen of procrastinators, trust me. So if you are able to do whatever that little project is, or task is, or whatever chore, then tell yourself you did a good job. Tell yourself that was that win for the day. Getting out of bed, making the bed. I don't make the bed. I swore to myself like when I got to the age of like 16, because my mom made me and my sister make the bed every single day that, you know, we lived in the house. And I swore from the time I can remember that once I moved out, I would never make the bed ever, 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 ever. So, I mean, obviously I put the sheets on the bed, but I, you know, a fitted sheet, flat sheet, you know, blankets and whatnot goes on the bed, but I don't make the bed. I don't make the kids make the bed, whatever. So that's just me. I'm more laid back, I guess. So yeah, take the win when you can get it. Self-care is imperative when you can do it, even if it's only 5 or 10 minutes. Take a power nap, watch a short something on YouTube. I don't know, you know, I don't have TikTok, so my husband does. He loves it. Finds like crazy hysterical things out there. I do have 2 Instagram accounts, so I check out videos on Instagram, Reels, stuff like that. So like I've been watching this Japanese account where these 2 cute little girls in Japan are their parents have put them on the account, and it's like watching their antics on, you know, whatever it is that they're doing, you know, for the day or whatever. And a lot of it actually is it's watching these 2 girls eat and interact with each other at the table, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and seeing their reactions, and you know, how well they eat and all of that. It's I don't know why. I think I know. Well, yeah, I know why I get a kick out of it. One is because the 2 girls eat so very well, and it reminds me of my 2 kids. And I remember when they were that tiny. I think the older one might be 7 or 8, and the younger one is about 4. And so it reminds me of my kids when they were that age, because both of them have always been really good eaters with their vegetables and trying new things. So like one of my favorite videos that this account has is the younger one. She's 4, and the reaction of her dad giving her share of salmon eggs for dinner. So, you know, she has her bowl of hot rice, and usually how it's eaten, other than, you know, on sushi, is with a bowl of hot rice. You can put it on there and you eat it with the hot rice. So the dad pulls back the plastic, and her like face just like lights up with just pure and like utter excitement, and she starts screaming at the top of her lungs because she's so excited about it. And she pokes at it, and she just like her whole body starts vibrating because she's so excited about it. Her dad gives her 1 scoop, and she's like pushing the bowl like, I want more. And you know, she's essentially asking for more, but she poked at it, and she's like, oh, it was just so hilarious. And then there was another video watching her eat curry rice, and so it's just vegetable curry rice. So it's rice and then the curry on top of it, Japanese curry. And in a lot of her videos, the younger one is a parent. She loves shrimp. She loves natto, which is fermented soybeans, and then she loves soba and udon, which is noodles, and then she loves the salmon egg roll, which is the salmon eggs, but she also likes shrimp tempura, and then but she loves curry rice, and so she was given a bowl of piping hot curry rice, which, you know, obviously she probably got told that it was hot, which always would tell my kids, it's hot. Those of you who have kids probably know that they don't always listen, and then it gets shoveled into the mouth, and then it's like, oh my God, it's hot. Which, you know, even for us as adults, like, you know, you have that like favorite thing you want to eat, and you know it's hot, but you take a bite anyway, and you're like, oh, it's hot. But yeah, so she took a bite, and you could tell that it was hot, but she didn't care because she keeps shoveling it, and so she got a second serving, and so they have where all you have to do with the curry, you have like where you can get it in cube form, like a solid form, or you can get it in a liquid form. So this, where all you have to do, you can either serve it with no protein and it's just got veggies in it, or you can serve it, you can you know, cook your protein in it and then put it with rice or no rice, however you want to do it. So she had it where it was with no rice, so dad or whoever the parent is opens the packet and dumps it over the hot rice, and you can see the steam coming up, and she takes a bite, and she's and you know, her dad asks her if it's okay, and she gives the thumbs up, okay, and then she's like going like this because it's hot, and her dad says atsui, atsui, which means it's hot. And so yeah, it reminds me of my kids, because I mean, even recently, my youngest, we went to eat at the noodle shop, and I ordered egg rolls, Vietnamese style egg rolls, and it's deep fried, and I told him it's hot because they just brought it out. It's hot, be careful. And he just like took this like massive bite, and he's like, his eyes got big because he realized, whoops, I took too big of a bite and it's hot. So yeah, anyhow, I'm blabbering. So anyhow, that's what I've been doing to entertain myself and get a good chuckle and, you know, reminisce about my kids as you listen to me reminisce about my kids and my, like, just pure enjoyment of these two little girls, you know, enjoying their meals and watching them eat so well with their veggies, and they love tomatoes and fruits, watermelon, strawberries, and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, trying to recover, you know, from surgery and from this horrendous cold that I haven't been able to shake for the last couple of weeks. So anyhow, I'm going to wrap up because I have talked too much. So just, if you've gotten this far, please take care of yourself, because I know that from what I've heard on the news, you know, flu and the big C, you know, COVID and like upper respiratory issues have been going around lately. So, you know, be safe and stay healthy. Don't be like me and don't get sick. And then make sure you do, you know, try to take some self-care for yourself. Take those small wins, pat yourself on the back, you know, and, you know, try not to feel guilty if you just can't get stuff done, because, I mean, that's why I needed to take time for myself. I put myself first, and I'm grateful that I did. So anyhow, if you've got this far, I appreciate it. I've missed you guys. I'm hoping that tomorrow I'll be able to put out another one. I do have an appointment for physical therapy tomorrow, but I'm hoping to sit down and move forward on that you know, Afghan that I've got working, that granny and around one, because I really want to get further on it, because obviously it's going to be big. So until next time, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.